Hello everyone, welcome back to ADV Revival. We are in grand finals. Sapientia versus McMeghan. This is Goldmason. I'm joined by Colin and xtina.
Hello.
We're going to
Hello.
jump right into the games because we're a little late for the live comm, so here we go.
Our Jolteon Ninjask question mark. Are we going to be seeing a Ninjask? Flamethrowering that. Ooh, big burn.
I think the nickname Ninjask question mark implies we won't be seeing a Ninjask, hopefully.
Or does it? It's hard 50-50. It's Schrodinger's Jask at this point, I'd say.
These flamethrowers doing no damage, by the way.
Yeah, it's very interesting that that's the
23%.
click. Makes you wonder what he's trying to catch on Switch in.
Rain dance.
And
Ninjask 5
Thunderbolt
question marks.
Thunderbolt clicked into the Blissey.
Yeah,
I'm
Lots of
I'm gonna guess this Jolteon is like very bulked out. Like it must have like 0 special attack, and it's got like a lot of SPDF or something. It's
Looks
very
like
strange, by the way.
Yeah, setting up rain just to let yourself die from sand more slowly, I suppose. This Ninjask closer to a Ninjask, at least it's got the bug type, so only 3 question marks on that guy.
so just a lot of very weird clicks.
This is
Thunderbolt.
this is a weird first 7 turns. All right, we got the second electric type on the field.
We're gonna see Alex 1's triple electric team
that instantly loses to
Yeah.
Snorlax, maybe.
I was sure a Doug trio was gonna come in and trap the Blissey there, but
Interesting. Subbing up here. This doesn't look like the kind of team just at a glance that's likely to have hazard removal, given the 2 electric types and that. This looks like a special offense team. So 3 spikes being up going to be pretty impactful. Likely. Articuno? Okay. Well, there's our hardcore Suicune answer. Articuno has pressure, which unless that happens. Yeah, it's got crazy good special defense and pressure and haze or roar to deal with Suicune 1v1, but a freeze.
Oh my gosh.
That is wow.
There is so much going on right now.
yeah.
Suicune beating Articuno, Claydol getting frozen.
Yeah. And I was absolutely wrong about the presence of no spinner on this team. But this is going to be a big trap here, removing the tar on a team that already cleared weather. So clearly it's one that wants the sand gone.
Yeah, that's why McMeghan did not bring it in versus the Bliss earlier, because there was a spike up and he was worried more about being able to clear the weather than trap the Bliss, I think.
Makes you wonder what's in the back here. Obviously Suicune likes the weather being gone, but is it a weather sleeper like Kingdra? Are we looking at something even weirder? So far, we've got Trapper support to get rid of the special wall. We've got
weather clear plus spin, and from what I know about McMeghan, it could be like a rest Snorlax.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking as well. Is it very well could be that, given the up tempo nature of the rest of the team. Snorlax with rest and Curse takes a little while to get going typically. So it looks as though we've caught up to the live game. So hooray!
McMeghan has taken some time to think. Sapientia actually only has 90 seconds on the clock right now, so...
And, well, at least as...
We're at turn 19, a lot of game left to be played, and still both battlers are taking a long time. This is a best of 5, too, so they gotta maintain some mental energy for the other 2+ games.
Yeah, and just with all the weirdness we've seen so far, this is definitely the kind of game you want to take a bit to think about, just because Articuno chipped, like all these factors. There's a lot going on that differentiates this from a, typical Gen 3 OU game state. The first 7 turns from McMeghan's side were just so interesting, too. Zapdos is out. Is it going to get another sub? Is Fori going to get another spike, or is it going to boom? Just to deny the sub and get something else in here. There are other options, too, of course. But
I think Sapientia can pretty safely just go Bliss here. The Zapdos did reveal Toxic earlier, so it won't be able to stay in forever, but
yeah,
I think probably, you've eliminated the spinner. You probably want to keep Fortress around. Yeah.
There we go.
McMeghan predicted it nicely, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a cool click there. Yeah, for
Do we
McMeghan.
think that the Zapdos... Do we think that the Zapdos also has weather clear here?
It's possible. I think probably not fitting it though. I think
Yeah,
Suicune-
we've seen Bolt, Sub, Pass, dropping hidden power.
Oh,
well,
okay,
we've already
yeah.
seen Toxic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
yeah,
still
not on this guy. So I
Maybe
imagine
on
like
Suicune?
The Suicune, absolutely. I was thinking, yeah, could for
yeah,
sure.
it very well could. Doug Trio could have had it as well, if they really wanted to go all in on Weather Clear. But yeah, Suicune's the only mon left that I imagine would have it.
If Doug Trio had it, I feel like it would.
Well,
Doug Trio would have been saved.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he willingly let the Doug Trio die after trapping the Tar, so I think he's probably got it on Suicune for sure.
True. As for Sapientia's team, we've seen a Fortress, we've seen a Pursuit Tar, 2 special checks. What do we think the lasts are?
Well, needs to be a rock resist of some sort. Still,
Yeah, I'm thinking like a Rachi or a
you could, Wishrachi,
Pert.
Swampert probably would be the ones you think of.
Yeah. Rock Resist being super essential in this tier because of how just absolutely mind-blowingly strong Dragon Dance Tyranitar and Choice Band Aerodactyl are. Every team, generally speaking, should have a resist, but Sapientia's only got 30 seconds left on the timer.
Doug Trio.
Doug. Okay.
This is a wild team.
Zapdos notably doesn't have a way to hit Doug Trio other than Toxic, right?
No.
Correct.
I would have thought like Swampert and then Aerodactyl maybe for Sapientia, but now that Doug has been revealed, that really opens up the last slot potentially.
Yeah, and this is a scary situation for Sapientia because his big answer, Articuno, is very, very, very chipped. Especially if Suicune's allowed to get to +1 here on the switch to it. Yeah.
There's the rock resist.
Yep. As was predicted. Is this Roar Swampert? Is it Curse Swampert? Does it have a way of dealing with the Suicune, or is it just going to get chunked? Also, what's
The
Suicune?
Tar being... The Tyranitar being... Oh, Endeavor.
Wow.
Huh.
With
The
leftovers.
Tyranitar being so... Yeah, leftovers Endeavor is very weird.
Yeah, that's
But the
unconventional.
Tyranitar being so bulky makes me think that it had Roar, and the Articuno had Roar.
Articuno,
So I have
the Articuno is supposed to be the Suicune
Ah,
chip here.
interesting. Not going for Endeavor that time.
Yeah, it's fine because
Yeah, you read it's something that isn't just an attack there because Endeavor is such the obvious click.
Doug will come in and
Finish that off. Yep.
revenge. Yeah.
So then the question remains, what is the last? And is it something that doesn't mind a Doug Trio Earthquake lock? Although you do have Zapdos you can just go to for free afterwards, which kind of makes sense, but let's see.
Yeah.
Does this Suicune have rest? Doesn't matter,
Hopefully
obviously.
the last for McMeghan is able to deal with Blissey. I think that's the big question
I
mark
think
here right now.
it has to be. So I don't know what it's gonna be,
Yeah.
but that is
could
a
be
good
Heracross?
prediction.
I'm just sort of going through my mental register
Sure,
of
yeah.
of Select Mons that want stand cleared so they can get down low and get a speed boost and sweep. But yeah, Snorlax commonly paired with multiple forms of trapping or just support. It's Curse Rest Snorlax is a very support intensive mon, and so having Doug Trio to take out Tyranitar so it can get rid of the weather and Claydol to remove spikes for it makes it a lot more threatening.
I feel like you still want a Pursuit Mon for that, though.
Yeah, you do.
You're trying to
Gengar
clear out like a
does
Gengar,
that.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it
definitely.
could technically be
Shadow Ball guard.
Curse Rest.
It's not guard,
yeah. Curse
Yeah.
Rest Return and then Shadow Ball or something.
Mhm. But then you'd think you'd see something to deal with Scarberry, so it's that's I think part of why Cursed Restlax is a little bit less popular is just because of the sheer amount of support it requires. Like it's got 2 pretty involved support. Oh, interesting.
Jirachi.
Weather clear for Jirachi.
Hmm.
Huh. Well,
Pokemon that does not really need it.
that is interesting. I guess maybe that was more for Suicune support.
Yeah, I was thinking it's gonna be sub
Mhm.
because
Definitely.
What is
so.
Fori shown?
it
Spikes and
needs-
Hidden Power, probably Spin. Maybe it has Earthquake?
A lot of this is going to come down to what Jirachi's EV spread is here. Because Jirachi commonly with substitute sets likes to run 404 HP, just so that Seismic Toss from mons like Blissey doesn't break its substitute. But Doug Trio also is very scary for this. If it isn't max deaf and isn't at full HP, you've got to be behind a sub before Dugtrio comes out, or your Jirachi's just going to get popped. Oh, it's Ice Punch, going for the freeze.
Yeah, this is just a way to get Dugtrio in safely.
Dugtrio in for free, yeah.
Yep, and then Jirachi should get snagged here. I do not anticipate it living an Earthquake from this HP range, given what set it is. There it goes.
Looking dire for McMeghan here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna need a crit para on the Bliss, but yeah, no. Just not
Forfeit
wasting any
comes
time
in.
there. Yeah. Alright. Cool. And there's no Ninjask question mark style nicknames in this game, which, in my mind, makes it a little more likely. This is going to be an interesting one. We've got a Zap lead into a Suicune lead. And Suicune lead can belie two common team structures. I mean, it can be on more than that, but a lot of stall teams will throw Suicune up in front just because it's the best lead they've got. Other than Blissey, who's decent into Zapdug and, you know, kind of into a lot of other stuff. But this is one of the matchups that Suicune, whether it's on one of those defensive teams or on a special offense team, isn't exactly looking to deal with. But
Basically the one lead that Suicune is not hoping to face.
exactly.
It can be tacked to, like we've seen Salic Berry and stuff, but generally.
Yeah,
Italian offense.
absolutely. It does have for sure ways to handle that. Like it can even run Mirror Coat to bounce Zapdos Thunderbolt back at it. But the only thing that makes that super iffy is, well, what if I get crit? What if I get parried? But also, what if the Zapdos just subs in my face? Oh, interesting.
Charizard.
Yeah, looking like a mixed offense team here.
I really need to hear how that name is pronounced from Colin 7.
Drakafu.
Drakafu.
That's my guess. That's my best.
Very good.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Early game burns all around this set.
When I saw Sapientia's first two, my mind was thinking either gonna have a Suicune or not gonna have a good Charizard switch in.
Oh yeah, a lot of teams struggle with
Yep.
that. Zard is a mon that you know, obviously Stealth Rock kind of cramped its style a bit in later gens, but Charizard in Gen 3 is absolutely terrifying if you don't have a solid mixed wall like Milotic. Just because it can throw off fighting moves, it can throw off grass moves, fire moves. It's really hard to deal with all of that on one Pokemon. Also consider the fact that it can run Ice, it can run Toxic, it can do so much stuff. But Ronflex being pivoted in here. McMeghan, known for his French nicknames on everything. That's pretty iconic. If you run into somebody with French names on the ladder, it is probably someone who just ripped a McMeghan team.
Or at least that's the running joke.
The implication, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there's also some tactics available there. If you have a lead that makes somebody think it's a McMeghan team and you have the French name, you can actually just have a completely different style behind it.
Yeah, mind games.
Yeah. If somebody sees the Ronflex, oh, okay. So we're gonna have to see if this is Curse Utility Locks, like with Curse Explosion.
Might be the Curse Rest last year we were talking about last game.
Could be potentially on a team like this, though. I mean, we haven't really seen the full movesets, but
you don't expect it with like Charizard, but also like I can't rule it out either.
Right. True. Yeah. McMeghan's been rolling out some really interesting builds here.
He's such a good builder, and so, like I said, varied with what he can do. So you never know.
Yeah, actually, though. Not pulling the trigger there.
Yeah,
on the boom.
Pretty. The rock slide is kind of a good scout opportunity there for McMeghan. He's got the +1 from Curse, and
Okay.
So they'll end
Moving
up
on
just
the
trading one for one.
Yeah, one of those two was likely to happen on that.
Did we see speed tiers on Zapdos versus Charizard? We did not.
We have no sand, so.
Yeah. Sand is very good for information in this game just because it'll tell you, do they have leftovers, do they not? And one cool mechanic of ADV is sand will affect the faster Pokemon first. So you can see whether you or the opponent is faster by checking sandstorm damage. Pretty nice.
Yeah, you also have to keep in mind though that, you know, there are potentially speed ties, so but you know, it's a very useful thing to keep in mind anyway.
Yeah, and with a speed tie, it just shows randomly if you and the other person have the same speed. So, yeah, it's if you ever get surprised by that. Play it all in. Zapdos going down. Just kidding. There's no sand up.
No sand. Yep. Gonna hang on for one more.
Yeah. McMeghan loving played all this set, and I mean,
The Zapdos has showed Thunderwave. It doesn't mean it doesn't have Toxic, but normally you would not be dual status.
Yeah. Double status Zap does exist. I've seen it on some teams. Shout out to Zach PZ. But yeah, it's not terribly likely.
That's a giraffe tech that Zach PZ ripped.
Gotcha.
Oh my god.
Going through the family history. Crazy. We've got a Registeel on the field. Whoa, look out. Okay, so yeah, that definitely was a utility lax. And serving as sort of more of a special sponge for the team. Registeel, really cool mon in ADV, I'd say anyway. Loves throwing out thunder waves, loves exploding. Breloom.
Hello,
okay.
Breloom.
Here we are. Both of those players really bringing the heat. What is the sleep sack going to be? And is Breloom going to rip the sleep turn 1? McMeghan's got to put something to sleep. This team doesn't look like it's likely to have a spiker, given the 3 that have been revealed so far. And now that Zapdos is down, I feel like Claydol might be the natural choice to let go. But we'll see if Roro agrees with that.
What are we thinking for the last 3 on Sapientia's team? Because not good Charizard switch-ins other than Zapdos makes me feel like...
More offense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely more offense. Might be a Suicune in the back. That seems pretty likely.
I think we would have.
I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah, but
actually, you're right. That would have been the switch to Zard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So something like Swampert.
Maybe like a Doug.
Yes, I think that's
possible. Probably. Actually, that does seem very likely, given what Sapientia likes and just the overall structure of the team. I think a Doug is probably pretty likely. So we can take a nap.
Oh, the Gen 3 trumpets get me every time.
When you see Breloom, you often think that it's going to be paired with a Pursuit Tyranitar, but I think we also would have seen Tyranitar switch in.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
there was a Suicune.
Wow.
Yep. Got my intuition.
So Zapdos earlier was kind of a sort of a.
We do a little trolling.
No, it's sort of a middle ground play.
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing what was going on.
Especially, yep, there's the Doug.
Oh,
right on
wow.
the Thunder Wave. I am surprised McMeghan clicked that.
Now, Registeel can live this, and it can counter. Yeah.
There it is.
Goodbye.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a common click on Registeel. They love running Seismic Toss, Thunder Wave, Counter, Explosion. That's the utility one you'll see, and I have a feeling that's likely what this one is. Suicune can take it down with a Hydro Pump if it hits a Hydro Pump. Let's see. 80% chance.
Hydro Pump also is a free switch-in for
the other
well, maybe not free. The other Suicune is sleeping, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
taking a nap.
I would expect it to come in.
Yeah, it probably comes in.
It can burn sleep, and
yeah.
And Hydro Pump PP.
The risk, though, is that yeah.
Attacking the Drakafu.
The risk is that you don't want Sapientia to be Roar and to set up a bunch of Calm Minds.
Yeah, that is scary. Since we've seen Pump, it very well could still use Roar, because offensive Suicune can definitely slot that in as a 4th move to beat other Suicune and other boosting mons.
Exactly.
But the 3 moves we're almost certainly going to see on it are Calm Mind, Hydro Pump, and Ice Beam. Ice Beam, Hydro Pump implies the presence of other moves. Although I have seen a set run by HClat with Calm Mind, Hydro Pump, Rest, Sleep Talk. Sleep Talk giving you a few extra Hydro Pumps. But that's definitely not as common. Alright. How much did Pump do to Registeel earlier?
25.
25? Okay. Well, this is a scary situation for Sapientia.
30.
This is kind of a cool...
And then it healed back to 25.
Kind of the cool thing about Registeel, it's like a mixed wall that it doesn't wall anything really, but it can take anything, and it can threaten explosion, it can spread paralysis.
Yeah, it's got crazy trading tools in the form of Thunder Wave, Counter, Explosion, yeah. So more often than not, it's going to make a pretty favorable trade, just due to its sheer bulk. Thunder Wave on the Breloom, that could be absolutely massive.
Pretty free Thunder Wave there.
Yeah, absolutely. So are we going to see Registeel rip the boom here, or are we going to see it go to something else? Sapientia is last.
Yeah, McMeghan has to be very careful to not...
Wheezing.
Whoa!
Smogogo.
I could have guessed last bonds for 20 minutes and not thought of that one.
Yeah,
That is
I was just about to speculate on the last, and it was not going to be wheezing.
No, definitely not. Like, that is very interesting. Wheezing,
That's a great Breloom check, though.
Yeah, it is.
Let something go to sleep.
Yeah, then it really can't click anything against you. Like, none of the common Breloom sets deal well with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wheezing, not seen as much anymore, but used to, in the past, be used a lot more just due to the fact that being a poison type with Levitate, the only type it's weak to is Psychic. And it's got great physical defense, it's got Will-O-Wisp, it's got Haze, it's an incredible physical check. Unfortunately, one thing holding it back is the fact that it's 60 base speed, Tyranitar is base 61, so you can just get outsped and rock slided through, which is a fear that many non-rock resistant and some rock resistant ADV mons have to deal with. But I'm wondering, what kind of moveset are we seeing on this Wheezing? Both players taking their time.
Yeah, the thing about Wheezing and ADV is you sort of have to justify using it over Gengar because they are very similar in what they do, but Gengar is also a ghost type,
Yeah,
which of course is huge. Blocking Rapid Spin.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. Yeah, being able to deal with spinners and it's funny. Gengar is not a mon that before playing a lot of ADV you'd necessarily think of as super defensive, but yeah, it can be if EV'd correctly. And the immunity to fighting rather than the resistance to it, like just the way higher speed, way higher special attack. So we've seen Shadow Ball so far. That is interesting.
That's strange, but
yeah.
But Wheezing can run a lot of different moves viably.
Yeah.
So
it's got a decent attack stat and special attacking stat, so it can really go for physical, mixed, special. It can do it all. Like, it's got that Gen 1 coverage, too. You've got, like, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, all kinds of crazy stuff on it. I imagine Shadow Ball,
This is such an interesting team for McMeghan. I really like it.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of a take on a classic Skarm beatdown sort of team.
Yeah,
but it's also like boom spam with the Suicune.
4 booms plus Suicune. Yeah, that's a kind of a style you'll see sometimes. More of a joke one than a serious one to the 5 booms plus Suicune teams, but we've seen kind of similar.
Totally works.
Raikou.
Yeah.
Wow.
I figured,
that's absolutely true.
I thought the last here from Sapientia was either going to be Pursuitar or Raikou. And
definitely makes sense. Double electric, double dog. Yeah, that is now looking at his team again, it's like that's a pretty obvious Raikou. We're gonna see the boom? Nope, predicting a substitute there.
Gotta be careful if it has Sludge.
Yeah.
And it
definitely.
Clearly doesn't have Sludge Bomb at this point.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
McMeghan. He knows the counts.
I wonder if he's gonna try to pivot in Claydol now.
Maybe.
It's kind of risky though because I think he really wants, Claydol to be healthy because
Wow. The
Got
perfect timing.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah,
he wanted Claydol healthy because he needs another boom versus Suicune possibly, and it can also is another check for Breloom.
Definitely. Yeah, this is a scary endgame still for both players. Obviously, McMeghan having 2 booms is very nice against the Suicune. Suicune is an interesting case in Mons where it actually enjoys being the last thing left on the field because then you can't roar it out, so it can just stack Calm Mind boosts, and if it has roar itself, if you try to set up in front of it, it'll just roar you out. And eventually get so big and just roll through your entire team, even if you have all 6 left and they have nothing, assuming you don't have stuff that can break it down before it gets set up. McMeghan's answers for that, seemingly assuming Sapientia tries to sack Breloom to get to that last Mon Suicune win condition, kind of got to just boom through it.
Yeah,
McMeghan
has 2 booms here, which should be enough to take out Suicune, but the issue is that okay, yeah,
This is a scary
Well,
turn here.
it can
I think this is going to be T-Wave.
Yeah, and this Suicune from Sapientia is not going to have rest, or at least we doubt it will.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, with
likely.
Hydro Pump, not likely.
Yeah, there is a
It's
set
seen from time to time, but not common at all.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, yeah, that makes sense that he would not pull the trigger there because, you know, denying yourself one of your booms and taking away the Breloom, so Sapientia's Suicune can't be roared out by your Suicune. Not what you want. So, are we going to see a pivot to Claydol here?
I think. Okay. Wow.
And the Suicune in. Okay, so
Yeah,
now we've got
really-
another situation.
Really, really good play by Sapientia. I kind of wondered if. I think Sapientia's Breloom, it kind of has to have HP Ghost on this team. There's no pursuit support, so I was thinking that it has.
Wow!
Yeah, that also.
Turbo Doll.
Yeah, I thought that was possible too, because
That's awesome.
this team is very, very Suicune weak, kind of on paper. It does have, multiple explosions, but that's how he's
There
going
we
to
go.
take it.
Nice little fireworks show at the end.
That's what Fast Doll is supposed to do. It outspeeds Suicune for
There were
offensive teams.
That was fantastic. That was very high level.
But it looks like we've got a game 3. Zapdos into Metagross. Yet another Sapientia Zapdos lead.
Yep. And Metagross lead usually means offense. Not always, but usually.
Yeah. Typically so. Are we going to see a... Wow, okay. Scouting for a turn 1 boom,
Yeah.
but that's not the click here. So the question then is this a 4 attacks Metagross with Meteor Mash, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Explosion? Is it a lead Agigross that'll come back later in the set? What's it gonna do here? Rock Slide definitely made sense as a first turn click to either hit the Zapdos hard or deny it a sub. Okay.
Oh.
Whoa. That's a bold call out on a Skarm.
Yeah.
Expected the Skarm to come in.
It's
Very interesting.
kind of a safe play, but now it's been revealed. So
Yeah.
if there is a Skarm, then it can come in later.
That gives us a good bit of information about McMeghan's team here. Having seen a Metagross and a Magneton, you can expect that it's something that really wants Skarm gone, likely, in the back. Is this an SD pass team, maybe?
Potentially. We've seen McMeghan use that quite a bit this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's something he really likes.
Yeah. Swords Dance Pass is a pretty cool archetype. You don't see it the most these days. We had it brought quite a few times in Callus Invitational, but okay, no, it's CM Pass. Interesting.
Or it can just be CM3 attack.
Yeah.
Celebi, of course, all of its sets really appreciate the removal of Skarmory, so
definitely.
you
Yeah.
see it as a Magneton partner is very standard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much so. Ooh,
Wow.
okay. Ripping off a lot of Metagross itself, but that was not choice band damage.
That boom was a little premature, maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe he was afraid of it passing. Wow, Magneton of Sapientias as well.
We'll see if McMeghan mags the mag, or has something else to take more advantage of it.
I think he pretty safely can if he wants, and if it has HP Fire.
Yeah. Definitely so. Yeah, the Magneton versus Magneton matchup does have some intricacies, but no. Just going to set up on this, I guess.
That makes
This is
sense
a double
as well.
team. Yeah.
We've seen with what Sapientia's team looks like, this Celebi could absolutely wreak havoc, potentially.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like there's going to be something like an arrow, though, on Sapientia's team. Something that can deal with the Celebi pretty easily. Or Snorlax.
Yeah, that works for sure.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, Celebi not likely to be super inclined to stay in on this. If it's a Calm Mind, Leech Seed, Baton Pass, Recover, like all in CM Pass set, maybe it throws some seeds here.
I think we know for sure it's not pass. It would have
For
passed.
sure. Yeah, it absolutely would have. You're so right. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, so this is
big crit there.
Yeah, for real. That is majorly impactful. Okay. What's Celebi going for here? Because I'm guessing at this
Wait.
point, it's for sure CM3A. Yeah?
I just noticed the Snorlax's nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing, I mean, whenever McMeghan's on the screen, I'm used to seeing that. That is so funny. We got a Ronflexing on him. No para, though. Should have Ronflexed more.
By the way, funny enough, we were talking about Snorlax being good against special offense. It can actually be good against these sort of mag offenses too, because they'll often, drop Tyranitar. They won't have spikes. So what you were saying about those being Snorlax's biggest enemies apply here as well. And it can be an emergency boom versus a lot of these physical sweepers as well. So
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Colin, is we're about to hear your catchphrase.
I'm sorry.
Is Sandless about to receive a grim reminder?
Oh yeah. The
We'll
people who
see.
hate on Snorlax, they learn.
They do. They always do. We had a pretty prominent instance of that in this tournament already. But yeah, Magneton. I wonder if it's just gonna stay here and click Thunderbolt into this. Sapientia doing some calking, it looks like here, running the timer a bit, just I guess seeing
Slowing
exactly.
down a little bit, yeah.
It's definitely a good time to.
Those first 10 turns went by in like the span of 3 minutes.
hmm Yeah, and especially in an impactful place like this, when if you let your special tank get chipped more here, and that could potentially be a lot less impactful late game. So I think that's part of probably what he's trying to figure out right now is, do you go for the trade on this Magneton and let it T-bolt you, or do whatever sinister Magneton business it's planning on enacting upon you? Sapientia's still thinking. Here comes the pert. Okay. Is this a grass mag?
Definitely needs to be worried about it. If Mag didn't trap Mag, it probably doesn't have hidden power fire.
Possible.
Yeah.
Lots of Magneton in on Ronflex this set. We've seen that now on both sides. Will we see a Ronflex Ditto? That's the question. This is what the people are wondering.
Unlikely for either of them to have a Snorlax switch in now.
I
Megan is more likely to.
I liked the idea of that mag switch from Sapientia because it scouted for whatever the mag wanted to do, and it also was kind of a if Celebi wanted to come back in from McMeghan there. Funny enough, this mag is actually kind of a okay check to it probably because this with Magneton on McMeghan's side, the Celebi's probably not going to have HP fire.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Wait a second.
That is dangerous. That is
this
very dangerous.
Is this a potential double trap team for McMeghan? This is interesting. Is it a curse boom Snorlax or is it a curse rest Snorlax? This is what one must wonder anytime that Snorlax pulls that move out. Curse rest Snorlax definitely. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like it might be more likely to be a brick break.
Ooh, brick.
Whoa. Okay.
Bricked.
Interesting. Like, I mean, you've seen we've got a Magneton already, so I guess like the curse plus explosion. The reason a lot of the players will run that is to lure Skarmory in. Because +1 explosion will kill Skarmory, or self-destruct. But with Mag here, I wonder. This Tyranitar's gotta be scared here, yeah. It's just gonna brick break you, bro.
Brick break is also kind of potentially a move that you could use on a mono attacking Snorlax. If it does have a pursuit support, it could be Curse, Rest, Sleep Talk. We have seen that from McMeghan as well. He is not afraid to go with the sort of all-in on Snorlax. Oh, wow.
So there's your all-in for you, just a different kind.
I was not expecting it to have self-destruct because, like you were mentioning, with the Magneton, it's a little less seen with Curse.
Yeah, Sapientia clearly saw the possibility there. Wow. Okay.
And
McMeghan's boom having been ripped.
I'm surprised it wasn't scouted for first. We already saw Protect used on Zapdos this set.
Yeah. I guess so.
Well, I think McMeghan was thinking thinking exactly what I was thinking, that Sapientia's not going to think that this is going to have self-destruct.
Yeah.
I can kind of safely click it here, and Sapientia's just saying, there's no reason for me not to protect here. You're not going to curse because I am threatening a 2-hit KO with Thunderbolt.
And with a boom of your own Snorlax against the reduced speed of that curse mon.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
There's a lot of reasons.
McMeghan was looking pretty dominant a bit ago, but yeah, there's the hidden power grass.
Well, or hidden power something. It's hard to say if it's thick fat or not, just given the fact that well, actually no, if that was thick fat, it probably would have done a little less.
Yeah.
But
I think so.
thick fat lax is less common than you might think. Like, it seems like having a resistance to fire and ice would be incredible, but in a lot of ADV games, the immunity to toxic just lets you pivot in so much more safely on so many more things. So Celebi's been sacked. What is the Ronflex switch in? Tyrannoseef. Okay. Pert is still alive for Sapientia, so unless this is DD Grass, I don't think this can threaten Sapientia's entire team. Okay, we're seeing the DD. Ronflex, man, you better get out of there. There it goes.
Sandless did not receive a Grim Reminder.
Nope.
Because there's a lot of sand.
Suddenly,
so much
suddenly there's sand.
This game just got a lot coarser, yeah. Gyarados. Oh, this is exactly the kind of mon that you want to set up on as a Gyarados. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. What HP is the Zapdos on? My goldfish brain has already forgotten. I think it's at like
77?
Yeah,
77.
Okay. Quite healthy still.
Yeah. Alright. Tar coming in.
Yeah, Tar was a good middle ground there because it deals with this as well.
Yeah. DD's up itself.
Oh no.
Oh no, McMeghan's in trouble here. That is
It can just it can safely DD again.
Okay, both of them just boosting up in each other's faces. Tyranitar now absolutely one-shots with Rock Slide if it connects. There it goes.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's that.
And that's that.
Wow. Hey. Yeah, Tyranitar.
That was such a good game, by the way. That was very back and forth.
That was. That absolutely was. Great play on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, Tyranitar demonstrating why it is number one. Dragon Dance Tyranitar, just absolutely terrifying mon, like format defining. Like, definitely the reason that the most often repeated piece of simple advice people seem to give is have a rock resist. And it's because, in large part, due to this guy right here. He is crazy. Let him get one Dragon Dance. Okay, let him get 2 Dragon Dances. Against many teams, the game just ends instantly. Big part of why Swampert's so popular. But
do we think that McMeghan lost on that messed up boom? That misfired boom? I felt like McMeghan was in such control of the game, and then it's just suddenly swung right back.
It really,
and I feel like
that was the moment where everything started going wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It wasn't just that. It was kind of everything after that too.
Okay, McMeghan's got the Zapdos lead this time, changing it up. Sapientia lead goat. Sapientia's just been winning lead matchup after lead matchup after lead matchup.
Yeah, right. Protect Zapdos at that.
He's just getting them.
Yeah.
Getting them on lead every time. Fortunately for him, McMeghan has an answer to that. So here's the Skarmory that he was aiming for before with that turn 2 mag switch. It finally decided to show up.
After game 1, and now hitting game 4, I think both players remembered that spikes exist. Wow.
Pretty hype seeing people forget.
Taunt Skarm.
See if it has a move to actually hit Skarmory besides Rapid Spin. It can just, if the Skarm doesn't have Drill Peck, the Fortress has no incentive to switch.
Yeah.
HP Fire.
Fire. That is not a super commonly seen option, but McMeghan loves unconventional HP fires on spinners. Like, you see it sometimes on his clay dolls. That is some GSC tech right there, aiming for opposing Fortress, and also Skarmory.
Yep. Oh, and it does have drill pick. Okay.
Wow, so these guys both have a way of hurting each other about equally. This is a very interesting dynamic here. Both players denying
Crit.
each other spikes. That's a big crit here in this situation, especially if neither of them have wish support. Yeah, they're both via rapid spin on Fortress's side and, taunt on Skarmory's. In theory, denying each other spikes, but this Skarmory getting beaten down.
Yep, I was gonna say if Sapientia has Gengar,
Wow.
it's gonna be revealed here.
Mm-hmm.
And McMeghan, knowing that, just goes for Spike.
Very smart play.
Knowing that it's probably either gonna taunt again or go to Gengar's. So there's nothing really lost.
Oh, and we'll see. Is this Fortress gonna scout for a status move or Fire Punch? Is it gonna stay and try to get another spike? Or is it switching? Yeah. Makes the safer play to a Pursuit Tyranitar, likely. Almost always the case on Fortress teams, especially a Fortress that has revealed it does not have Hidden Power Ghost. So, since it's a special Tyranitar, it could have Hidden Power Grass, but it's not looking like it.
With the pump.
Potentially a big miss right there.
Yeah.
Although, I think it was last round we saw McMeghan use a team that looks very similar to this. It had Rest Zapdos.
Oh, yeah. Very true. Okay, so this is, I imagine it's probably Wish Jirachi, just because Fortress teams love Wish support.
Yep.
But
And
we'll have to see.
Pursuit Tar really helps out those Jirachis as well, because they don't really threaten that much on Gengar, and they hate getting burned. So.
Yeah, they sure do. Okay. What's the Jirachi set? Toxic. Okay, so
Looks
we're
like
likely looking at Fear Rachi, which is physically defensive and HP invested with Fire Punch, Toxic, Wish Protect. That's what I'm guessing this set is. Alright. Both Tars kind of being hampered so far by the presence of Swampert on each other's teams. Sapientia looking like he's rocking a Zoomer Spikes offense. The last probably being Gengar. Or not Gengar, well, Gengar popped up on my screen is why I said that. But Aerodactyl seems like a likely last from Sapientia. It could be mixed sense, but Aerodactyl just gives you such nice speed control and is a great cleaner on teams like this. Gengar excellent at forcing switches, which Spikes take big advantage of. So we'll have to see how McMeghan's team deals with this.
It might lean towards Mixments, just because McMeghan uses so much Doll.
That is true, yeah. Doll plus Rachi is definitely not what Aerodactyl wants to see a lot of the time, just because it most often uses Choice Band, and since Jirachi can protect, and Claydol resists Rock Slide, is immune to Earthquake, Jirachi doesn't really care much about Rock Slide or Double Edge. It puts Aerodactyl in a very tough situation, unless it has Hidden Power Bug, which, hits Claydol and does pretty negligible damage to Jirachi, which, is still a lot less than Aerodactyl will be doing into most other teams. So Rachi Doll, pretty scary for it to face.
That was a very interesting interaction right there. Sapientia pivoted in Gengar on the Toxic because he knew that McMeghan didn't actually have to switch versus the Tyranitar with the Wish Up and could potentially get the Toxic on it, so he got Gengar in on that. And then he revealed Fire Punch. So Fire Punch and Will-O-Wisp not always seen together. Fire Punch usually would be on
What are these reads though?
Fire Punch is often seen, like 3 attacks, boom sort of set.
Yeah.
So totally. Then McMeghan realized, I'm actually not losing this interaction. So he was able to stay in it when it looked like the Gengar was potentially going to wreak a lot of havoc there.
For sure. And,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but my God.
Yeah.
I did not. Just the Fire Punch just blew my mind.
Yeah,
this is the power of Firachi, especially when it gets a free Wish turn off. It can kind of just do whatever it wants because really nothing is threatening to Oko it.
Yeah, this little guy is pretty restrictive on ADV team building. If your team gets blanked by Firachi, you are in for some absolutely miserable games.
This is like the exact type of team it's looking to face, especially if the last is Aerodactyl,
Yeah.
which protects Jirachi, just kind of sits
Oh,
all
just
over
so
it,
hard. Yeah.
and see now Sapientia has to kind of just give up this toxic, and look at that,
Yeah.
potentially
Look
not
at how
even to
little
it,
that did.
potentially not
Yeah.
even to it KOing.
One of the things that makes Fiorachi so strong is its immunity to sand. A lot of other Pokemon, especially mons with instant recovery, don't have sand immunity. Like most steel types, actually, I think Jirachi is the only steel type that sees common use that outside of rest has instant recovery. So the fact that it is healing up not only on the turn that it wishes, but on the turn that it protects too, means that like most Pokemon, especially like if you're talking about like a Milotic or a Blissey or something, with sand up, when they heal, their leftovers negate the sand. But when this little guy heals, he gets leftovers on the wish turn and on the protect turn, and he gets to keep the health from both. So you actually have to do more damage to this guy to bring him down than you do most other mons. So there's the Aerodactyl.
There's the arrow.
But now
Alright.
McMeghan just gets to protect and scout
Is it a
whatever it wants
substitute
to
arrow?
do.
It is not a substitute arrow. Okay. That's the only set that really threatens Jirachi like this all too terribly much. But yeah, like Protect is Choice Band Aerodactyl's worst nightmare.
Mhm.
Especially in a
Real
situation-
gamers wish here.
You absolutely can, but I think it's probably too risky. Like,
Yeah, it's
this
scary.
Jirachi looks like it's gonna kind of solo the game. There's no
Yeah.
reason to risk.
Yeah, if you let it get crit, that is pretty terrifying.
Like,
Also,
like the fact is, Sapientia's probably switching, but also like, why risk?
yeah, you could pull a gamer
Fair
move.
enough.
You could absolutely EQ here. We'll see. They're both clearly considering the implications of staying or switching. Like, Zapdos seems pretty free into this. It would be the craziest bait of all time if this actually was sub-arrow and capable of switching its moves and rock slides into a Zapdos, but that doesn't seem likely on a team like this. It's almost certainly Choice Band.
Hey!
Wow!
That also works because now this
Goldmason.
Jirachi has no reason to switch again,
Mhm.
and it can just keep sitting here and destroying this team.
Yeah, this is the power of Toxic, Sandstorm, and Spikes, and why it's such a dominant archetype. Wow, reads the Gar.
Has not been getting any of the Fire Punch luck, but it doesn't look like it matters.
Yeah, neither player are getting burns off here. Jirachi's Fire Punch is particularly terrifying with that Serene Grace 20% chance of burning. That's something else that makes Jirachi such a menace.
That 28%, I was gonna say, looks like Hidden Power Grass, but not bulky Gengar.
That is the most offensive of offensive Gengars. Do you see how much it took from staying in on that pursuit?
63%, yeah.
McMeghan's Zapdos looking very strong as well now.
Definitely,
Finally.
yeah.
Mhm.
Celebi, assuming it's Hidden Power Grass Zapdos, which would deal with Pert, is really the only safe switch in. And on these teams, a lot of the time, ooh, well, goodbye
Not
to
anymore.
Zapdos. Yeah, see you later.
Well, if that was a rest Zapdos, that crit definitely mattered.
Yeah, for sure. Gengar's booms are not the strongest damage-wise on paper, but the damage done by a boom, other than the mental damage, in ADV is the fact that it just completely ends the turn. It denies the opponent the ability to do anything. So you can't just rest off a weak boom at this gen.
Critical hit boom also is just, even from Gengar, is gonna kill
Oh,
anything.
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Boring resists, okay. Getting a nice little chip heal here on the Jirachi. What is the Pert switch in on this team? Is it your own Pert?
Well, it could have been a rest Zapdos, which is now
Yeah,
gone.
it sure would have been.
Although, it would have been left low after that boom, so.
Yeah, definitely. Something could have easily scared it out. But yeah, the Celebi on Sapientia's team is the only mon that's likely going to have a recovery move. And even then, on this team, it's likely going to be Leech Seed 3 attacks, because it's a more offensively oriented team, and that team, that moveset racks up crazy damage with spikes. Toxicking the Pert.
was
The same situation with the Tar.
Doesn't
do quite enough.
Yeah, I was going to say that this McMeghan is potentially risking a crit on this turn, but actually a crit wouldn't have even killed there.
Yeah, for sure. Now it just gets the tech up in its face, rack up chip on the Swampert. Yeah, that's, again, the synergy between Toxic and Spikes. Spikes punish them if they switch, Tox punishes them if they stay in. Sandstorm just constantly making sure Mons like Celebi don't get to chip heal without Giga Draining a big target. So, yeah, this is going to be hard for Sapientia to break through, it looks like.
Yeah, and McMeghan choosing not to risk the crit that time. And now that the Gengar is gone, this fortress has free reign.
Yeah, it can just spike to its heart's content. If Celebi comes in, it probably forces it out with Hidden Power Fire, but there are no form of Spike's removal on Sapientia's team. It's not a super banned team, but you do have 3, Spike immune Mons on that team, so it's...
Crit!
Wow.
Colin, you need to stop talking about McMeghan's Mons being good. Every time you've said it now, they've died.
They're terrible. This Gyarados will not impact the game in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have a way of negating Skarmory. It can't set up on the Swampert. These are audience. These things aren't necessarily true, but you know. Let's see. Oh man. This is a great turn to Dragon Dance. What health is the Skarm at right now?
It has to be a Gyarados
at,
that's
like,
faster than
40.
Arrow if it's gonna Dragon Dance.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It does.
And it has to have like a rock. Yeah.
Well,
Hey.
I mean,
Is it
Seemingly
Jolly
might.
Rock
he can also just, even if it doesn't, Swampert is totally free here.
now? Oh man. Both players taking their time to think about this situation. There it is!
Goodbye.
Alright.
Rock Gyarados!
The
Okay.
2 big raid bosses are down, so this is gonna be some very light treading, but looking good for McMeghan.
Yeah, especially with 2 Mons Toxic on Sapientia's side, and Celebi not frequently carrying Calm Mind on this style of team. Skarmory is able to, well, I mean, it can't really...
It's very low.
Yeah.
We know it doesn't have Toxic as well, by the way, so
Yeah.
Yep. It's already pecked this game.
best it can do is Roar.
Taunt, Spikes, Peck.
Yeah. Roar's, I mean... yeah, Taunt Skarm always has to give up a little something for slotting in Taunt. Skarmory's got a lot of utility options, but dropping any of them can be pretty scary. Dropping Protect denies you the ability to chip heal up on stuff, and Scout, but Rock just going to take it out. Wow.
Yeah, this is looking very terrifying for
Sure
Sapientia. I
is.
think we're going to a game 5.
I think that was
Don't say it too soon.
a roll in McMeghan's favor there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, had it gotten roared out, that definitely would have reset the momentum, but there's the last move revealed. Double Edge. Okay. And it's looking like it's just going to be able to Earthquake through this tar and then Double Edge through the Toxic Pert. McMeghan just needs to clean this one up. Just click, click, click. Get through it. Wow. Okay. Great job not commentators cursing too hard there. We were able to
I mean,
I think that the only reason the Gyarados made it is because Colin didn't say looking very good here.
yeah,
That-
Tyranitar can be a lot of sets. It could be a winning matchup. What if
and it
McMeghan...
gives away almost nothing about your team other than you have Sand.
True. Yeah. Although it actually, I believe, does tell you which tar is faster based on which one's Sandstream activated.
It does, yeah.
Correct.
So, we actually do get more information out of it than if it was, not that. But go into Skarmory turn 1 makes sense. Okay, so it looks like Sapientia did actually win the lead matchup, believe it or not, because McMeghan's didn't seem to really have anything it wanted to hit that tar with, and that one was ready to rip a Brick Break. Okay, pretty standard lines of play so far. We've got a mixed tar and a Skarmory throwing down its Spike. Is Skarmory going to try to get some chip heal with Protect, or is it going to switch out to something else? There's the Tect. There's the Blast. We are in charted territory, folks. This is sane. This is all
Yeah.
making sense so
Yep.
far. Who will be the
Everything
first?
normal.
Who will be the first to just flip the tables here? Ooh, okay. Reading the Pert,
Expecting a
probably.
grass to come in.
Yeah, looking for.
Yeah.
Is this AP? Is this Ancient Power Tyranitar?
Oh man, it
Oh
could be.
no. Oh no.
Please, click it.
Redless, this is your moment. If you ever wanted people to potentially get behind an Ancient Power ban,
It's
Tyranitar
it's
getting up.
absolutely clicking it right here if it hasn't, by the way.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Ancient power.
I mean,
It's
it
the
can
same
always...
set. It's the.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, it is. Did he bring Ancient Power Tyranitar to a Game 5?
I mean,
I see nothing that disproves that possibility. Like, this was the player who brought it. This is the set it had. I wonder. McMeghan's the one thinking right now. Well, actually, they both are. Probably debating the ethics of fishing for a 10% this early into Game 5. Or, you know, the opportunity cost of not just brick-breaking the Bliss, but, yep, wisely dodges that Toxic. Can come in later and get the Ancient Power boost to clean up, potentially. Very big.
my
Very
heart
big.
was racing. My heart was racing.
I was ready to just absolutely destroy some headphone users' eardrums off that one. Like, oh man, this is a situation these players have gotten themselves into.
Insane.
McMeghan probably just going to go back to his own Skarmory here.
Yeah, that would make sense. Will Sapientia show Taunt again, is the question. And is that the source of McMeghan's avoidance of that particular play right now? Skarmory on Sapientia's side almost certainly going to be throwing down a spike here. But this is interesting. Like, it's really hard to tell what the lasts are, or even what kinds of teams these players have brought, based on these ons that we've seen so far. Tyranitar and Skarmory can be on a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
Both players
There's
really
a
think
lot
about it.
a lot to think about.
Yeah, definitely. Classes to consider, archetypes to consider. You know, is this Blissey gonna T-bolt the Skarm? Is it gonna reveal itself to be like modest to attack toxic soft-boiled? Sting Blitz!
Oh my.
Wow! Okay, this is the point I think that we've crossed over with this being insane. That is double status Sing Bliss.
By the way,
It's the Sing on the first turn too.
Oh
Fast.
my god, yeah.
fast Blissey, by the way, too.
Yeah! That's a super fast Blissey. Like, uninvested Skarmory typically sits in, like, the 170s. Like, if it's got, like, a, you know, bit of speed creep, it'll be a little higher than that, but that is a fast Blissey.
We got a 3-turn sleep.
It's not awakened.
Will it be a 4-turn? Will it not be? But either way, even if it is, this Skarmory absolutely getting shredded.
Four-turn?
A 4-turn sleep. A first turn hit and a 4-turn
Well,
sleep.
it can reveal if it has Protect here.
Yeah, it sure can.
Rename this Blissey Magneton.
Yeah.
Totally.
Wow. All right. So that's
And it
actually
isn't Protect.
the one upside of having witnessed or been victim to a 4-turn sleep is you now have a sleep sack that you can wake up immediately upon sending in. 4 turns is the longest a Pokemon can be asleep in ADV, so you know you because of Sleep Clause cannot sleep another Mon because it is technically still asleep. So that's at least something for Sapientia here. But being denied any spikes whatsoever, not what you want. But at this point, you know, Blissey just seismic tossing this thing. What health is Skarmory at exactly?
28%.
Okay.
And Seismic Toss was doing 30.
Yeah, so Jirachi's not going to be able to comfortably pass a wish to Skarmory under these circumstances, which is what you'd absolutely want to do here. Skarmory's health in a Spikes versus Spikes war, pretty important.
I think that the Jirachi's just going to click Toxic here, right?
It can just stay in. It can get a little hairy if this is a DD tar, though.
Sure can,
We
yeah.
haven't learned anything about this tar yet, so.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Suicune in. Yeah, I think all we've learned about it is that it was scared of the other tar, so Flamethrower doing -11 damage. Suicune in now against a Mon that's pretty scared of it. But just using it as an opportunity to double Skarmory in, who now actually, assuming this Blissey, well actually it can't hit its next sleep because Skarmory will wake up after.
Exactly, yeah.
So, very good play on Sapientia's part, getting a guaranteed spike down here. I assume, yeah, Blissey's got no way of dealing more than that damage, but now, oh, even better. Wow, okay. So now
just
can
Very smart
He-
play from Sapientia.
Yeah, he's just deciding he just wants to keep the Skarm asleep for now.
Makes sense. And now that it's chipped up a little bit, it can potentially come in on a seismic toss from Blissey
and
and
it can
live.
get the wish. Yep, exactly.
So that was very, very smart. Using just the leftovers recovery, that little 6.25. What? Okay. I was gonna say, that is a very bold fire punch there. I mean, I guess not that much.
Do you think the Jirachi is bold?
Jirachi.
I do, honestly. It's giving me bold vibes. It's like, I mean, I guess like.
Do we think the fact that Sapientia hasn't clicked toxic yet means that it's probably body slam?
Yes.
Well,
and also the
yeah.
fact that it's taking nothing from flamethrower tells me it's probably a little more specially defensive.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's super true. Yeah, it is probably.
McMeghan's just kind of fishing for a
nothing.
burn right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking like Tyranitar's not going to have many more high-value targets. I think it's possible that there's a Gengar in this team because you've got the presence of Sand and Spikes, and Gar obviously great at, well, not great at it, but it's the best we've got for spin blocking.
McMeghan's also denying the wish being passed to Skarmory here by just.
True. Yeah, very much so. And yeah, fishing for a crit, fishing for a burn.
Burning through wishes too, right? We're already down to
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
11 above, yeah. Sapientia might have a Blissey in the back, but it's hard to say. If he doesn't have...
I think Sapientia probably has a spinner, maybe? Okay, Zapdos.
That's entirely possible. Yeah, it's either that or Zapdos plus a another Spike Immune Mon is possible
Exactly.
too. Yeah. Because you've got the Rock Resist covered in the form of Jirachi, even though it not being as physically oriented, it might be a little bit of a shakier one, is kind of already lacking Toxic. But yeah, there's a lot that those last could be. And McMeghan could have an absolute ton of potential Mons back there too.
Oh, totally wide open still.
You can bring just about anything you want with those three. Skarm, Bliss, and Tyranitar, like, yeah, those are pretty slappable on most stuff. Okay. I wonder. It might be the Sapientia signature Doug?
I definitely overthought that turn.
Yeah,
I was like mathing in my head. Oh, you click something to hit the Zapdos, and then you hope for not the Saw. Yeah, no, I was doing like a million calcs in my head, and then McMeghan went to the safe, easy option.
Yep, makes sense. And honestly, like, I would not suspect Sapientia's team of having a Doug if it was anyone else, but I mean, Zapdos, it could be here, it could be lurking. And there's no Ice Beam on this Blissey, so if there was a Doug, this would be a pretty scary situation.
Yeah, it totally can be Doug, honestly, because you know, when you have the Wish Protect Jirachi, the one thing you really want to be safe against is Calm Mind setup, because that Jirachi can, you know, let in a lot of Calm Minders to set up on it.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Sub-CM Jirachi, Suicune, and you know, Doug Trio is good at limiting those.
Yeah, definitely so. Oh man, McMeghan really thinking about this one. I guess, yeah, probably considering some of the stuff we were just talking about with the possibility of the presence of a Doug, and if so, what do? Jirachi is in. Metagross. Okay.
That was very interesting. I mean, I guess, you know, McMeghan knew that Sapientia was switching to something, and he just wanted to, you know, determine what's my best for whatever comes in.
That's an interesting mash click. Sapientia's got 4 steel resists on his team, so no shortage of things to take that.
It was trying to deny Skarmory coming in.
Yeah,
potentially.
makes sense. Ooh. Yeah, that definitely does.
It's coming in now, though.
Yeah, it sure
and
is.
there's nothing that can be done about it.
Well,
But
he could click Boob if he was...
Hidden Power Fire! Hidden Power Fire!
And
yeah, I mean...
You know, now the Jirachi is going to be quite low when it comes back in, so yeah, I can just do this too and just play this game.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
There we go.
An interesting read.
Yeah, definitely so. That is interesting. We're gonna just keep saying interesting. Sorry, guys. That's all there is to it.
This is a
McMeghan,
very high-level match.
McMeghan can just mash again now, I think.
Sure.
Yep.
Fish for that attack raise. Hey. What's Jirachi doing? We're all waiting with bated breath here. There's a lot of potential options here, but, you know, I think a lot of how this plays out will come down to what the Metagross's last move is. If it's Rock Slide or if it's Explosion. Skarmory comes in. Yeah. There we go. Back up to basically full and now about to wake up. So Skarmory is back in this.
I was thinking it's, you know, he could potentially explode there just to deny Skarmory if, like, he has a Swampert as well, but he probably doesn't.
True. And it would feel bad to boom on another Protect after Sapientia's demonstrated willingness. Yeah. Like Sapientia from that other game loves Tecton. Yeah. There it is. Getting a little bit of chip heal, potentially scouting an Explosion.
I'm going to wager that McMeghan's last two are Claydol and Salamence.
That would make a lot of sense, actually.
But it can still be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. There could be a Suicune in the back. There could be, like...
What do we think Sapientia's last, though, is?
I think
Is that
Salamence, Arrow...
Whirlwind!
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 The old school coming through.
That's crazy. Yeah, you don't see Whirlwind much nowadays because after Soundproof was banned... Wait a second. If they're going to legalize Mr. Mime with the potential Speed Pass ban...
Hope they don't.
Mr. Mime notorious for its soundproof ability, being able to block Roar. That would actually give Skarmory a reason to run Whirlwind, and then fighting type stocks go way back up because Skarmory can't afford to run Drill Peck quite as frequently because Drill Peck and Drill Peck and Whirlwind are incompatible, but only Whirlwind ignores Soundproof, so that would be a very funny side effect. There's your doll, Colin, that you called.
Yep. I think there's a good chance I was right. But...
Yeah, I'd say they're
Men's last, right?
Yeah. I think that's a great bet. Right, well there's our spinner. Let's see. So a lot of this interaction will come down to what the Skarmory's moveset is and what the Claydol's moveset is. Skarmory has so far revealed Whirlwind, pretty funny.
Yeah,
Spikes
we know it doesn't have Drill Peck, so
yeah,
this Metagross can actually just beat down the Skarmory freely. Yeah. But it is starting, you know, you have to think about Meteor Mash PP a little bit. So,
yeah, nine left.
Oh,
there it is.
Rock Slide, okay. That helps in the
definitely
potentially beating it down. But Sapientia is trying to get better Whirlwind rolls than this.
I'm guessing, has Skarmory's last move been revealed? I'm guessing it's Toxic.
It's gonna be Toxic.
Yeah, Toxic was already revealed against.
Yes, it sure was.
Protect, Whirlwind, Toxic.
This is the difficulties of not having it on your screen and watching a stream, so you can't just move your mouse over. But okay, both are Toxic Skarm. Interesting. Let's see, we getting a flinch here? Nope. No monkey business, just whirlwinding him out of here. So
only
the question now
is getting whirlwinded in.
Yeah. So Claydol not exactly hyped to take a Toxic by the looks of it.
No. And McMeghan, like I said, he knows he can, like, the Metagross actually walls the Skarmory. So.
Yeah, that is a funny.
This Claydol just really likes being whirlwinded in.
Yeah, sure does. And I mean, hey, McMeghan's probably not too bothered by that, considering the fact that it doesn't take spikes. You can just go right back into your Skarmory. So it looks like we're going to be...
definitely respecting the...
There it is.
Oh, Colin, wow.
Colin calling it. So on a team like this, you know, Mixments would make a lot of sense to just rack up damage with the spikes. But the way it switched out there, it could be DD-Ments.
Well, he doesn't want to just let it get Toxic. This Ments with the spikes down is going to be the win con.
Yeah,
in the long term,
it does just tear through, for sure. You're right. And yeah, Fire Blast wouldn't kill it from that range if it's Spin Up Skarm, which it almost certainly is. So yeah, you're right. That was definitely the safer, better play. And the same reason that he's very hesitant to have Claydol in. Oh! Ghost right there. Wow!
Wow.
The doesn't get punished at least. That was a...
He got it right that
Yeah.
that it wasn't going to click toxic again, but
Yeah,
unfortunately missed.
good read,
I'm probably going to
undesirable
wow
outcome.
into. Oh, no, got the toxic wow.
Yeah. Oof. Man. Okay.
Maybe
Is-
maybe it has refresh.
If it did, I feel like it would probably rip it there.
Yeah.
That would have been
yeah.
cool, though.
You're right.
Refreshments is awesome. Yep, Zapdos in.
Oh
slide
my
vents.
goodness.
Whoa! There's a surprise for you. That was a call out. Wow. That is so cool. Yeah, Rock Slide is a move that you can see on Mixments. This might be a physically oriented Mixments, which we saw a bit of in CI, with Rock Slide, Brick Break, and Fire Blast or Grass or something like that for coverage. It could very well be Black Belt. Well, it's not Black Belt because it's got leftovers, but could have been in another life. Arrow is the last. That makes a lot of sense for a team like Sapientia's. What's the click here? It is
So
Double Edge. That's calling out the clay doll, I guess, since that's the highest reward thing you could get in because you get able to spin away all the spikes.
Yeah,
But
I think McMeghan's Tyranitar's Pursuit.
yeah,
But he couldn't risk bringing it in there because Earthquake was a very plausible click.
definitely. It's a scary one to click in against Mets, but with the Toxic on it, you get a little bit more out of it. If you don't pull it off. But with the Rock Slide Mets, yeah, I had a feeling that that's a pretty scary thing to do. Oh, interesting.
That
Whoa.
was actually such a good double edge.
Yeah, that was. Wow. Okay, this is a very different situation now. McMeghan is not... Okay. Alright. That was terrifying.
That's fine though, because for McMeghan, because he knows that Sapientia's Skarmory doesn't have Drill Peck, so it can kind of heal on it whenever it wants, as long as it doesn't get toxic.
Right, true. Yeah, it does have opportunities to heal back up, and getting those spikes out of there for Blissey, Tar, and Metagross is pretty huge. But yeah, that was just a scary situation on all sides. Yep, going for the third double edge. That is a sensible play.
So I think McMeghan is favored here, but Sapientia's Suicune, it's very threatening.
It is,
especially when it gets to a last situation.
Mm-hmm.
So McMeghan's game plan is basically he needs to keep as many booms as possible between the Claydol and the Metagross.
Definitely, and depending on
it can also depend on the Suicune's set as well.
Yes, and the speed tiers. Whether it's able to outspeed the boomers. Because Claydol at this point, to get a boom off against Suicune, is going to need to either come in on it being asleep and it not having sleep talk and it not selecting Surf, or it just needs to outspeed. Alright, punch and Scarm in the face. No attack raises this game.
Yeah, we've had no attack raises on the Meteor Mashes.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had any misses, I don't think.
Yeah.
But we have not had any attack raises either.
Yeah, Meteor Mash just looking like an Earthquake clone this game for sure.
Did Colin Colin, did you curse this game too?
Yeah.
Because you said no crits, no hacks, and there's been no misses other than the one Fire Blast.
Yeah, well, now that you've talked about it, there's going to be a malign influence on the game. So
good! Good!
Yeah, that's what you want? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
Skarmory was not what you wanted thrown in here. It gets a free spike up for sure, but we'll see how free it truly is, what McMeghan's going to do about it. Metagross dead. Alright, here to bully the Skarmory again.
And I just realized I was talking about keeping booms for McMeghan. This Metagross does not have boom.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that completely skipped my mind too.
Yeah, that went over my head too.
Yeah. Boomless meta. Okay,
So,
I mean it's...
Yeah, Sapientia's Suicune is going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, that is super scary. Especially considering the Blissey isn't a Call Mind Bliss. Yeah, you do not want to be up against a Last Mon Suicune with the team that McMeghan brought to this game. So we'll see how he avoids letting Sapientia get to that win condition. I love these agilities on the protect.
This is scary.
He's trying.
This is danger
he's
zone.
got to preserve a lot of PP here, and
Yeah, exactly.
No flinch.
one of his potential outs versus this weekend would be getting that mash raise.
Yeah, definitely. And then just like either beating through it with Earthquake or flinching it down. But yeah, that would be actually massive for that. Oh man. This is about as tight as it gets. Okay. And no toxic.
Hidden Power Fire Claydol, anyone? Misses the toxic.
Oh, that's a big miss.
Okay. We're all just in shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is there's so much to evaluate with regards to the game state here. Sapientia's only got 90 seconds left though. With how many of these turns are likely going to be pretty razor's edge, with the Skarmory and the Claydol both chipped down, status on the Ments and stuff like that. Like
For what it's worth, the Skarmory has been chip healing extensively. It's at 75% now.
Yeah, it absolutely is. They both have. This has been a big Skarm leftovers heals up to just crazy amounts kind of game.
It really is a kind of a crazy showcase of what Skarmory can do.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe one of these times Metagross is in, it'll show what Metagross can do in the form of attack raises and flinches, but not so far. So far, they both wall each other. Pretty funny.
Yeah, Colin, you cursed this grand finals.
I'm so sorry. My influence over the game.
That's okay. You're
There's
just
the
giving us
toxic.
more to enjoy. Okay. So at this point, has Claydol just been playing like it doesn't have refresh, but secretly does? I don't know.
Possible.
It might be a rest.
I mean, it seems like Explosion would be like a tempo match on this team, but it does have Skarmory and Blissey, so it is a balanced team, like balanced TSS, so it really could be anything.
How many protects does this Skarmory have left?
Yeah, let's
It
hover
has
over him.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 now.
That's gonna be big.
McMeghan can get the Skarm low enough and get the Claydol in, he can potentially explode on it without having to risk protect.
Yeah.
And then,
True.
guarantee you don't have to play with spikes, but then you'd lose, a potential explosion against a sleeping Suicune. So
Yeah, exactly. Like that's something I don't think you could afford to click. All right, Metagross, is it your time? Is it your time to nonsense your way through the Metal Bird? Will it happen? Will it be now? Will it be later? Will it be never? Metagross, some people, and this is a very fringe opinion, warning, extremely hot take coming in, some people think that Metagross is #1 in ADV. Again, very fringe group, but we haven't seen any of the
people,
stuff.
yeah.
They do.
Some people.
Some people
Yeah.
who totally are not commentating the game and saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody in this call would be a Metagross enjoyer. No.
No, certainly not. Okay. Ooh, that was very cool. Reading the whirlwind on there and just using Claydol to bounce something else in. Skarmory running low on protect. Is it gonna run to the hills to something else?
Yeah,
Is it gonna stay and expend another one?
5 left. 8 toxics left as well.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Sapientia, has to think about the PP on this Skarmory, but McMeghan's is also running so low on a lot of these.
Aerodactyl.
Okay, at another critical situation this game. What is the arrow clicking? What's it calling out? And
Well, McMeghan can just safely mash here.
Yeah.
EQ is not threatening to kill, but
no. The mash is. He can agility, honestly.
Yeah, he can.
Okay. There it is. Do we see the Agi?
Oh!
No. And
Of course.
we should not have talked about Metagross being #1. We did this. Sapientia only has 20 seconds left. McMeghan, this is insane in the chat. Iconic. Ooh.
Good Jirachi.
Wow. Yeah. Sapientia is really low on timer here. We're going to see these turns, I think, absolutely fly by unless there's stuff for McMeghan to consider. Just because losing game 5 on time, can't do that. So I think they're going to be playing a lot more fast and loose here, which I think probably benefits McMeghan, but yeah.
This
20 seconds left.
Jirachi kind of wins by itself
does.
now too.
And there goes the ability to spin. Oh man. Wow. Sapientia's in timer trouble, but McMeghan is in Mon's trouble, potentially, with what's left here. Taking out that Aerodactyl would have been massively impactful, but of course the one miss Metagross has to take. This is pretty dire.
Yeah.
Sending in your Metagross against a Jirachi with Fire Punch. Okay.
Yeah, he's just trying to heal the meta back up a bit. But...
Oh no. What health is Skarmory at right now? Like on Sapientia's side?
I think like
87 on Rora's,
Okay.
26 on...
So yeah,
switch in,
can't,
but-
no, definitely not. Just gonna try to, I guess, fish for a bird on the Blissey to maybe allow Jirachi to make progress, but yeah, this is so tense. This is absurd.
Roro would probably prefer to land a Sing on this Jirachi, but he doesn't want to Sing on the wrong target, so it's kind of tricky.
Definitely. Oh? Is this reading the Sing? And reading the switch to a non-toxic immune.
This is the AP Tyranitar from so long ago.
Is this gonna be
finally back?
Is this gonna be it? I mean, if you're feeling yourself and you want to throw out an ancient power, I feel like this is the turn. Metagross is chipped. I'll just go
I don't think it actually has it. I think
not.
also would have had a Lumberry. But...
Yeah, true. That is a good point. Ooh. And gets Chip Heal on Skarm so it can get wished back up against Bliss. That is
Yeah, and he doesn't want to Sing.
Incredible.
Because like I said, he's hoping to get the Sing on the Jirachi because a long sleep on the Jirachi may end up being the only way he kills it.
Yeah, actually though.
This is so hard.
Yeah. This is absolutely wild. And it's looking like Sapientia is getting some of that timer back for clicking quickly. So we're not as likely to see these rapid fire. There's the Sing! That is huge! Yeah. That is absolutely massive. Will he try to beat down the Jirachi with Blissey? Or, okay, go into something that can deal more immediate damage. That makes sense. Okay, Jirachi is faster than Metagross. If
it'll switch out probably. It'll switch out probably, but then, it'll have to deal with the spikes when it comes back in. Oh, it just
will. Or
my goodness.
Yeah, that is the outcome McMeghan did not want to see. Ooh.
Goodness.
Okay. This is going to be really tough. Does he even have the pieces at this point to pull out a win against this? Like we said last time, this Jirachi set could be absolutely suffocating. Goes for the toss. Oh. Interesting. That is a lightning fast Blissey. Outspeeding Jirachi?
Yeah.
I mean, odds are, like...
Max. It's like max speed timid and max defense is what my guess is.
That's crazy. Although, on Body Slam Jirachi, it might be a minus speed nature, so it doesn't...
That too, but...
Yeah, so... But the Blissey still, even with a minus speed nature, has to be hitting in, like, the 210s speed. Like... That is wild. That takes a lot of EVs to get Blissey that fast. But Sing Bliss and Counter Bliss, they're definitely the ones that want to be up there. But, oh man. Yeah, I'm thinking that Sing, not getting that as the outcome is pretty brutal. And missing this one, let's see, will it para? It does. Makes sense. Jirachi with Syrian Grace got a 60% chance to do that. Oh man. And no second natural Cure Mon on McMeghan's side to sort of pivot between. So if you switch out to get rid of this paralysis, something is entirely likely to get got by that. If McMeghan wins this, he is uncontestably the GOAT. Like, this is an
I don't see it. I don't see a lot of an out here.
Yeah, I know.
Even if you make it through Raid Boss Jirachi, you're not making it through Raid Boss Aerodactyl, and if you make it through both of those, you're not making it through Raid Boss Suicune.
Yeah. No, this is wild. The man with the bear and the mug of beer really may be doing it out here.
And there's even more.
Yeah. Wish given crazy sustain. Okay. How many wishes does Jirachi have left?
Not many.
Not many. Let's see.
4.
4. Okay. Oh, there is an end in sight too.
I don't know if it really even needs wish.
Yeah. It doesn't really, but you know, just something to work for on McMeghan's side. You know, removing the ability to effectively grant Skarmory and friends immortality is something. If the Mixments wasn't poisoned, I think this would be a much different situation, but alas, the Mixments' turns on this earth are very limited. Skarmory rapidly depleting its Protect resource and Jirachi its Wish, but it had enough to get to this point, so definitely more than enough.
The third layer is going to go up here.
That is, yeah.
So that'll just help things out even more.
For sure. Yeah, that is gonna really hurt Blissey and Tyranitar's sustainability. Skarm getting that layer up. Alright. How many soft boileds does McMeghan's Blissey have?
Still quite a few, I think.
Yeah, it should be like 9.
Yeah, it's
10,
got 10 it looks like, yeah. And I expect these two to absolutely play it out. With $1,000 for a game of Pokemon on the line, like, we are gonna go until the last Mon falls. Alright, Seismic Toss. At this point, we got another situation, not unlike the Do You Boom here. Do You Sing here?
I mean, he has no choice but to try to hit it here, but...
He literally has to. Yeah, it is the only choice. Getting a long sleep on Jirachi when it's under half. Yes! There it is! Okay, that is absolutely massive.
How many Seismic Tosses does he actually have left?
20, I think it said. Yeah, 18 now.
Yeah. Okay. Vents in and actually pressuring the Jirachi, forcing it to take some spikes here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this guy staying in and risking Fire Blast. Yeah, here's Skarm. Skarm, now that the 3 spikes are up and there's
Finally
no
goes down.
Yeah. At that point, Skarm's done its job. Arrow is in. It might not be forced out again. Rock Slide. Nothing stopping it from doing that. Alright, Aramure. All on you here. Can you stop the Aerodactyl? Protect. Some Rock Slide misses. A Toxic on it. It could happen. I don't know. I think just slide here is Sapientia, probably. Okay. Stacking Salamence to get a attack drop. I guess the possibility of it maybe missing is a potential out there, but rapidly running out of answers to the just absurd threat.
Is this Pursuit?
Trying to get a crit crunch here.
Yeah.
And
I think honestly...
And then he needs to Seismic Toss down the Jirachi, and then he needs to sing the Suicune, and then get max sleep turns on the Suicune.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it is a path.
And then still and then soft boiled against the Tyranitar. So that's the path to victory. I figured it out. It's
definitely.
just very, very, very slim.
Yeah. But it's there, and McMeghan's gonna play to it. I think that Ment's turn right there, it's like, yeah, there it is, okay. Damage on the arrow. I think that is what McMeghan was aiming for there, was just intimidate it, make it want to switch, go to Tar.
And have to get 2 turns of... Yeah.
Ooh, and it's Roar Suicune. Okay. Tyranitar going down here to the burn. 2 Mons left for McMeghan. Blissey is in.
This is not looking winnable.
I'm not sure it even has enough Seismic Tosses, honestly. Like,
get through the entirety of the team, yeah.
It has exactly 9, and it needs to be used on it after Jirachi's down, so you can sing it first.
For sure. And Skarmory at this point, if
that mash miss on Metagross really
really
put a lot of...
There we go. Okay, Toxic this Suicune.
The mash miss, it just made it a lot easier for Sapientia, but This was such, again, this is a very powerful matchup that was loaded.
Yeah, definitely. Sapientia getting a little low on timer again. There's another path for McMeghan, potentially. His opponent timing out. Just internet disconnecting. But at this point, you really want your Skarmory dead, I think, just so that you can not have to expend all your soft-boileds healing up the 3 spikes chip.
But
at the same
Skarmory
time-
dead means that you have nothing for
Exactly.
nothing for Aerodactyl.
It's a pretty difficult situation, yeah. I guess, yeah, because Lufori over here doesn't even have Ice Beam or something to chunk that at half health, like... Yeah, it is an outrageously slim chance of McMeghan pulling through here. Maybe Sapientia misclicks and doesn't rest this turn. That is possible. We could see it. Ah! Well, I guess it's not a misclick if that happens.
Is it not rest, Suicune?
It's... Oh, it's got Roar and Ice Beam. I don't think it is. I think that's Restless Suicune. Wow.
Wait.
And at this point... Oh my god. That's insane. So, Suicune's not actually a threat at all. We gotta recalculate this entirely.
I'm so confused.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There is a path. And it's, like, not as slim as we thought, actually. The raid boss just doesn't exist, apparently. Okay.
Well, Seismic Toss
Aerodactyl?
does not kill this.
No, it doesn't. So, Arrow... If Arrow misses Rock Slide here, though... Like, Blissey, unfortunately for McMeghan here, clearly not, super... You know, I mean, actually, I guess, like... Yeah, it would be. I'm just, like, starting 3 sentences and not being able to finish them because of the
So
crazy
much
stuff
thought.
going on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Blissey does not get flinched. Okay. This is a terrifying situation here. And goes for the trade. Arrow down. It is now Skarmory versus the world.
He needed it to miss.
Yeah. So now, at this point, I guess McMeghan's path is just roar stuff
A lot
around.
of protects.
Yeah. Although
Or
look
roars.
at look at Jirachi though. Like
Needs some
Jirachi,
misses. I guess.
It needs to.
what HP is Jirachi on? It's got 2 turns of sleep, and it's gonna be at half health when it
76%.
comes back
Needs
in.
it to
Yeah.
miss Fire Blasts and. Yeah.
Still in it though.
Stuff. Ah! Megan forfeited.
Fair enough.
I get it. Yeah. Not wanting to win
Maybe.
on like,
Oh, the Skarmory might not have roar.
it. Yeah, it spikes, protect toxic. Yeah,
It's possible.
that is. I mean, I guess yeah, it didn't really have.
No,
any,
it had to. It had to. It kept moving against the Skarmory slower, or like the Skarmory would whirlwind faster than it.
Ah, yeah.
It had to.
Huh. Interesting.
So, I guess McMeghan just didn't go for the
yeah.
I mean,
potential.
how many turns was Jirachi actually asleep?
Two.
It was asleep for 2.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
okay, so it actually just won. Well, huge congrats to Sapientia. Wow.
in a second, we're gonna have some words from Simeon, the host of this tournament. So take it away if you're ready.
Hi, I'm Simeon. I'm the head TO and one of the 2 hosts of ADV Revival. I just wanted to pop in quick at the end of the set and say thank you. Thank you to the community for having our backs and supporting us as we try to build the absolute best possible tournament series we can for you guys. Thank you to our players who, without, we wouldn't exist. Thank you to the broader Pokemon community that have been watching us grow and develop and watching our games as they come out. And thank you so much to the fans. Without you guys, we couldn't do anything. Our entire
All for the
prize
fans.
pool, all for the fans. Our entire prize pool was funded for you guys. Because of your donations, we are the highest priced ever Smoke on OU event. I think there's one draft event that hit a higher prize pool than us. But outside of that one event, we're also the second highest ever prized singles event. And it's all donations. I'm constantly blown away. Thanking you guys right now. I'm on the edge of tears. I hope you're looking forward to us in the future. Right now, I'd like to announce that in June, we'll be hosting Gymvitational, which is
Yo.
an invitational event of the best 28 players in the sort of scene that are available for playing. We've already gotten a bunch of people who are incredible signed up to play. And in May, we'll be doing Invitational Play-ins. Play-ins is a system to where the rising stars of the community can step up and show their stuff and qualify for the event. As in the past with Callus Invitational, play-ins have been based on a invite system. I'd also like to take the time now to announce that it is either this year or next year we will be starting a circuit. And that circuit is how you'll qualify for future play-ins. This way that even you who are watching now, who are thinking, maybe I could play that way, maybe I could be that good, maybe I could make finals, could have a platform to strut your stuff and show us that you're worth community attention. I hope beyond hope that if you're watching this game, you go get some ladder replays. I can't wait to see the way you guys grow. And I think that'll be all from me. Thank you so much for letting me cut in on the end of your video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's our video,
great tournament.
people's video. Thank you to the fans. Thank you for everyone who's been watching. You don't need a double thank you, guys. You are pretty incredible, but I feel like that thank you just there was pretty adequate. But thank y'all.
Yeah.
And don't tune out of the content just yet, y'all. ADV Revival might have finally wrapped up. We are looking at running commentary and coverage for other tournament games in the scene. Old ADV Revival games we missed, or Mushi League games. And our plan is to have content on this channel year-round once we get Circuit and Invitational going.
The money really got different. The money so got different. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
The money got different because of what I'm spending. The money got different.
Oh, it's
because of what I'm spending.
Whoa, they own by one hit. It scattered spikes.
The money got different.